Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Black Ops 2 In-Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the grip, sometimes called the Fore Grip, and the Placebo Effect, which many of you may remember from my MW3 Placebo Effect video. The grip is essentially the same in that I don't think that it does anything. I'm going to talk about this more in detail in a second. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is me using the MP7 with a grip and fast mags and just killing some people in Ground War Team Deathmatch. Not terribly relevant, but I thought I should get some grip gameplay. I would like to preface this episode by saying that Black Ops 2 has a slightly different kick mechanism than other games. You heard me talking about this in the stance episode. MW3, MW2, Black Ops 1, all these older games, they had very predictable kick spreads on the gun. Like when you shot a wall, it would go up or up to the left and up to the right, and it would more or less do the same thing every time. Black Ops 2 is considerably more random than that, so finding a pattern was more difficult. I had to test each gun about 15-ish times before I would sign off on it. But after testing all of the weapons in the game, every single weapon, many times, watching many other commentators' videos, looking at a lot of forums, a lot of anything, I've come to the conclusion that the grip only affects one weapon for certain. The Scar H does get a small accuracy boost. It becomes maybe 10 to 15% more accurate when you put a grip on it. Maybe the Type 25, I would say that there is some weak correlation between the Type 25's having a grip and its accuracy, and maybe the SWAT. I don't really want to sign off on those two, but definitely the Scar H, and no other gun gets any accuracy boost from the grip at all. I tested this day in, day out, watched a lot of other videos. They just don't get any 100% verifiable accuracy boost with the grip, and some of them are actually less accurate with the grip. Some of them seem to consistently kick more and be less accurate when you put a grip on this weapon. And I know a lot of you right now are very upset. A lot of you are thinking, I've done my math wrong, I've done my test wrong, and I'm going to look in the comments and you're going to say, but when I put a grip on my Scorpion, the side-to-side recoil is way less. When I put a grip on my MK48, the vertical recoil is way less. It's going to be some variation of I use grip on X gun and it does Y thing, which I believe correlates to how the grip should work, and I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. I know it's a lot of people don't like being wrong, but it's just the placebo effect. Your mind is fooling you into making you think the grip kicks less. It's just a little trick. It's like the magic word that kills dragons in that old story. Or in medicine, if you give somebody a placebo and you tell them it's a painkiller, they will most often report that their pain has decreased. Or if you give somebody a little blue pill and tell them it's a downer, they'll go to sleep. And sometimes if you give them a big red pill and tell them it's an energy pill, they'll feel more hyped up. Caffeine works the same way. Energy drinks don't hype you up nearly as much as your mind expecting to be hyped gets hyped, and it's the exact same thing here in Black Ops 2. You're not actually receiving a huge increase in accuracy. Sometimes it's making your gun less accurate, but your brain is getting doped with this kind of placebo effect, and you think that the gun is more accurate, and it's just not. As of right now, the grip is just a wasted perk point. It's just one less point that you don't need to use on any of your weapons. I actually used to run it on a few weapons, but after doing this testing, I found out that I was also being fooled into thinking it was better when it was not, and I have since removed the grip from every single weapon that I was previously using it on. There's also the fact that the grip could reduce idle sway. I tested not as thoroughly with the accuracy. I tested a handful of guns from each class, about 2 or 3 from each class, and I noticed no difference in idle sway either. So I don't know if the grip attachment is broken, if it wasn't coded right. I don't know if it was coded to be too subtle or too small of an accuracy decrease that it couldn't show up in testing. My previous experience has been that if some effect is too small to show up in testing, that it's completely negligible or not there. Or maybe the grip does something completely different than what is stated in the game or in the strategy guides, and I don't even know how to test for it. But right now I'm just going to say that the grip does nothing and that you shouldn't use it. In the last placebo effect video I put out, I decided not to include any proof. I just told people to go and test it on your own, and I assumed that everybody would test it and agree with me. That did not happen at all. So in this video I'm going to swap over to some music, probably some dubstep, because I have access to the Monstercat catalog for free, and I'm going to show you the results of every single weapon that I've tested. I'm going to start with the Scar H first because that one actually shows a little accuracy increase, and then you're going to see all of the other guns with and without the grip. A little bit of wall testing. It's a little bit random, but you should get a sense that the grip doesn't do anything. Also in the description there are links to numerous other videos from other commentators that have done testing and come to the same or similar conclusion, and to several forums where people have come to the same or similar conclusion. So if you don't trust me, you can go and check them out and trust them. And at the very end of the video you'll see a little thank you to all of the people that helped me test this. Drifter out.